जहाँ पर श्रीमती राधिका जी सखियों के साथ में रहती हैं, वहां से बहुत ही निकट है। यहीं पर कृष्ण इस वन में कृष्ण कोकिल बनकर श्रीमती राधिका जी का आह्वान करते थे। किस बात से वो इस तरह से कुहू कुहू करते जो सखियां समझ जाती और उनसे मिलने के लिए यहाँ पर आती थी।
So where we have come, this place is called Kokil Van. Kokil means cuckoo and Van means forest. Maharaj is telling that there are millions of cuckoos. Still there are so many cuckoos, and at that time you can imagine. In fact, if we go to Vrindavan, we don't see any forest. There are only symbolical two forests like Vrindavan which can give an idea about Vrindavan, that is Nidhuvan and Sevagun. But if we come here, we can have some glimpse of forest in 4-5 kilometer area. But these forests are also very quickly being cut and they are making houses, fields and cultivation. In fact, this one is called Kokilavan. It is quite near to Javat. Javat is the in-laws place of Radharani, and Krishna from Nangram, he comes here and he calls Radharani in the voice of cuckoo. So Maharaj is narrating today very wonderful pastime. Krishna came here and he is very loudly, very sweetly as well as very uniquely in the voice of cuckoo, he is making noise. He is calling Radharani. All the Sakhis, they understood who is calling to whom. Then they said to Jatila, Sakhis, you know Radharani is also having his Sakhis around her in her in-laws house. Jatila is mother-in-law of Radharani. Oh mother, oh Maya. It appears that this cuckoo is some special cuckoo. Its voice is very sweet and I think this cuckoo will be very strange. May we go and see how it looks like? And this way they ask and permission, direct permission, oh go and see. This pastime is a known pastime. So such pastimes take place here.
Kokil Van ki we should go to see Krishna and also here in Bangladesh and then we will go to Jao.
यहाँ शनि का भी एक मंदिर है।
This is very tree. Right on this line and from there and it is trying to do pranam and do one parikrama. Hare Krishna, Hare
আরে বাস কোথায় চলে আসুন। হ্যাঁ কয় নম্বর মাঠ? আমাদের 3 নম্বর মাঠ। ও কত এটা?
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
This stupid bus is way out in the middle of nowhere. They're screaming at us, get on a bus, get on a bus. It's out in the flaming middle of nowhere.
আমাদের ছেলে হবে
মঙ্গলবারে করতে হবে, মঙ্গলবার শনিবার মঙ্গলবারে এবার দেখে ফেলে দিন উপরে উঠে। এই কাপড় পরে ফেললাম যাচ্ছে।
We're on the wrong road.
রাধা পদন্তি প্রধান বৃন্দাবন জয় স্থান রাধা পদন্তি প্রধান তাহারে না আশ্রয় করিল তাহারে না আশ্রয় উজ্জ্বল রসে।
This song is written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and in this song he has paraphrased the verse from Suniya Dashama Stotram of Raghunath Das Goswami. Anuradhi Radha Paramboja Renum Anusrita Vrindavi Tatpadankam Asambhasitat Bhavagam Virachitam Kuta Shama Sindho Rasashavagaha. So in very simple Bangla language, he's paraphrased this verse. One who has failed to worship with great care the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika, which are the abode of all auspiciousness, and who has not taken shelter of Vrindavan Dham, which is decorated with her beautiful lotus footprints, and who, in his life, has not associated with Srimati Radhika's devotees, whose moods are very deep and grave, and whose hearts and intelligence are fixed in her seva. How will such a person ever experience the bliss of bathing in the ocean of Shamaras? Please understand this most attentively. Then Thakur Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written, Srimati Radhika is the acharya of the mellows of Ujjwala Ras. The love between Radha and Madhav is meant to be discussed and contemplated. One who cherishes the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika with great care obtains the priceless jewels of Krishna's lotus feet. Without taking shelter of the lotus feet of Sri Radha, one can never meet with Krishna. The Vedic scriptures declare that Krishna, he is the property of the maidservants of Sri Radha. Abandoning all wealth, followers, wife, sons and friends, and giving up all materialistic activities and speculative knowledge, one should become absorbed in the sweetness of service to Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Bhaktivinoda Paraman. If you don't have any doubt in this process, I myself am evidence for this.
Hare Krishna. This place is called Javat. Javat means, Ja means the same, that, and Vat means a banyan tree. So Maharaj is explaining that the same banyan tree beneath which, what happened? Krishna asked for Bhiksha from Radharani. The same tree beneath which Krishna took so many different forms and came to pacify Radharani's sulky mood. Nearby to this place is Kishori Kund. This is the place where Radha Krishna used to meet. Maharaj is saying, we will try next time to go there also. Radhaji got married to this place, at this place, to Abhimanyu. So this is her in-laws place. Pujyapat Devikram Maharaj also explained, and Maharaj is also explaining. Radharani is internal potency of Krishna. She is his Ladini potency, pleasure-giving potency. She is not different from Krishna. But if we consider Krishna, Krishna is enjoyer. He is eternal enjoyer. He enjoys all the mellows. So, Krishna, in order to enjoy Parkiya Bhav, Yoga Maya arranges.
कृष्ण का मूड पर किया नहीं है, इस चीज को समझो पहले। कृष्ण का पर किया भाव नहीं होता, राधा जी का गोपियों का होता है, ये समझो पहले, तब बोलो।
In order to taste Parkiya Bhav, Radharani's Bhav is Parkiya. Maharaj is saying it is not Krishna's mood is Parkiya. Radharani's mood is Parkiya. And because this mellow is the highest enjoying mellow, and in order to relish this mellow, to get this mellow relished by Krishna, Radharani is adopting this mellow by the help of Yoga Maya. And Yoga Maya is making this marriage, which is a sort of fictitious marriage. It is not real marriage, but it is a marriage which creates environment and it strengthens the Parkiya Bhav by which Radharani makes Krishna to relish this bhav. So Maharaj is giving telling one pastime here. In this pastime, once Radhaji adopted sulky mood. Ahetuki. She adopted sulky mood without any cause and stopped meeting Krishna. Krishna wanted to please her, but he failed. So with the consultation, having consultation with Lalita and Vishakha, he took a form of Brahman, Bhikshuk. He just wore a brahmachari, Brahman brahmachari. He just held a few books on his one hand and he just wore wooden chappal, khadaun, which is called khadaun, and he wooden sandal. He came here, Bhiksham Dei. At that time, mother-in-law of Radharani, she was making cow dung cake. Because she was busy in that, cow dung cake. No cake?
Biscuit.
Patties, not cake.
Biscuit.
Chapatis.
Biscuit. Butter.
Patties. Patties.
Yeah, whatever.
Once I was reading, I read this word, cow dung cake, instead of patties, so I am repeating it. Anyway, then he asked, okay, you take Diksha from my daughter-in-law. But Radharani refused to go to any person because she says to her mother-in-law that you always defame me and I am not going to confront any Parapurush. any other person than my husband. At that time, when she refused to come, and she was not coming to give bhiksha, and Jatila was busy in her own way. At that time, Batu, this brahmachari said, I will not stay here long. It's our tradition that we will stay here only for 2 or 3 minutes. We milk a cow, whatever time is taken in milking a cow, only this much is the time a brahmachari should stay in front of any house to ask for the bhiksha. So, Jatila became very much frightened that if he will leave this house, it may be unauspicious, and my cows may die, and my son may fall sick, or he may not have son like this. So she persuaded Radharani, please go and give her bhiksha. I am saying you, I will not defame you like this. Then Radharani, she went in a big plate, keeping some rice, dal and atta, everything. She came out and she was having a long veil, covered her face, and when she wanted to give, Krishna said, I won't accept this bhiksha in veil, because I don't know who is going to give me this bhiksha. She may be a married woman or widow. I can't take bhiksha from widow. Maybe a male. Then Radharani recognized when a person is asking this thing, who is he? And she just dragged her veil, and then Krishna said, I am a special type of brahmachari and beggar. My begging is, I am not begging for these all things you have brought. I am begging for the sulky mood which you have adopted. And he just bowed down in front of Radharani at that time. Then Radharani smiled, and he poured everything which she brought in her plate on the head of Krishna, and then his sulky mood was broken. Gaur Premanand.
मैया श्रीमती राधिका जी के लिए
Once upon a time, Mother Yashoda, she was packing a box, very big box, and putting so many ornaments in it, some clothes also. Krishna came to Mother, Maya, what are you doing? What are you packing and to whom you are going to give it? In fact, she was packing that box for Radharani. She wanted to send a few gifts to Radharani, but she did not disclose it to Krishna. She knew that Krishna may play some notorious activity. So she said, oh, I am doing anything, I am not going to tell you. She did not reveal anything. Then she sent a message to Javat that please ask Abhimanyu, husband of Radharani, come personally. I have packed a few gifts for Radharani, and he should carry those gifts personally. They are very valuable. When this message went to Javat, Abhimanyu came. Krishna realized that where this box is going. Mother Yashoda, she locked that box, but somehow or other Krishna opened that box, he took off all the ornaments and he sat himself, and with his help of friends he again got that box locked. And now in that box he was the Krishna, a real ornament. And Abhimanyu came, he put that box on his head, and all the way from Nangram to Javat, he carried that box. And whom he carrying in that box? Personally he is carrying his rival, Krishna. And he bought that box, and then he put it in front of his mother. Mother Yashoda Maya has sent this box with ornaments. Mother Jatila said, Yashoda Ma has sent these ornaments for Radharani here, you keep it. Then Jatila said, oh, it's for Radharani, you go and carry it to the Radharani's room and give it to her. And he carried that box in the room of Radharani, and he came back. When Radharani along with her all Sakhis, they opened the box, they found the real ornament. And this way, this pastime took place. Correct. Once, Somehow or other Krishna sneaked into the Radharani's room and they were having very nice pastimes. Sister-in-law of Radharani, Kutila, she saw that Radharani and all Sakhis with Krishna, she became very furious. She ran to her mother. Mother, look, Krishna has come to our house and he is talking with Radharani. Then Jatila took her son, Abhimanyu, and this way the whole group, she came to the room of Radharani. But what did they see? There was no Krishna, but there was a deity of Kali. Kali goddess, demigoddess. So when they saw that deity of Kali demigoddess, they became very much disappointed. Oh, so Maharaj is explaining here, Krishna began to chastise Kutila. Why you told so light? And thus she became upset. You are making false allegation on my daughter-in-law. Already she is perturbed by this way. So Krishna, Maharaj is explaining here one principle. Krishna may adopt any role. So he may have taken the role of Kali, but form of Kali. He can adopt any form. He adopted the form of Kali. But this conception that Kali and Krishna is the same is wrong. Some people say like this. Kali can never become Krishna. Everything, Krishna is the Supreme Personality. So Krishna can take any form. But other forms cannot take Krishna's form. Krishna himself only can take Krishna form. No one is equal and what we speak of superior to Krishna.
केशवधृता दशविध रूप कृष्ण वो कर सकते हैं. वो कृष्ण तीर्ण कुल लता सब कुछ हो सकते हैं. और ब्रह्मा को दिखलाया जो जितने लड़के थे वो सभी कृष्ण बने हुए हैं. उनकी स्त्रीक भी कृष्ण बनी हुई है. सभी कर सकते हैं किंतु वो सब लोग कृष्ण नहीं बन सकते.
Maharaj is saying that Krishna can take any form, therefore we sing always Keshav Dhrita Dasavidha Rupa, that all the 10 other incarnation, it is Keshav, it is Krishna who has taken those forms. Krishna can take any form. He may become a tree, creeper or any blade of grass also. Like in the Brahm Vimohan pastimes, at that time Krishna becomes calf, their robe, and he become all the cowherd boys, their stick, and everything was Krishna at that time. But none of these things can take the form of Krishna, because Krishna is Advaigyan. He is the originator of everything. Just near to this house there was a tree of Badri. We went to Kokila Van and we saw that Badri tree. Badri means bear. And Krishna used to climb on that tree and used to call Radharani in the voice of cuckoo. So once Krishna in the night he came here and he climbed on that tree and he called Radharani in the voice of cuckoo. Radharani recognized that this cuckoo who is crying and who is yelling in the night, this is a special type of cuckoo. So she wanted to came out, but Jatila today she was having very strict watch. She was sleeping near the door. As Radharani came near to the door, she said, "Who is there? Who is there?" Radharani had to go back. Again Krishna called Radharani in the voice of cuckoo. Whole night this kept on going on. But Jatila did not allow Radharani to go. The moment she used to come, and at that time Jatila will say, "Who is there? Who is there?" And hence Krishna had to be disappointed that night. So there are so many pastimes where Krishna had to go empty-handed also. Once very interesting pastime took place here. Maharaj has said so many times. Krishna was feeling very deep separation with Radharani, and he was too much restless and he wanted to see Radharani immediately, otherwise it appeared as if he will leave his life. Then he said to his friend Subal that you have to arrange something. I cannot live without her. I want to see her. Since long time I have not seen her and I am very much curious and eager to see her. Then how we should do it? Subal Sakha made a plan in consultation with Lalita and Vishaka Sakhi. He made a plan. Subal is very beautiful and resembles like Radharani. His face and complexion, height, everything resembles like Radharani. If they exchange their clothes and their appearance, no one can recognize that who is Subal and who is Radharani. So, Subal Sakha, he went to Radharani's house here, he came here in Javat, and Chatila was sitting at the door, having a very strict guard and as a watchman. Oh, you rascal, why you have come? She chastised and scolded Subal because she was very deadly against of Krishna, and Subal is very dear friend of Krishna. I don't want to see Krishna here and any of his friends. Why you have come here? He said, Subal said, oh, I lost my calf and I am looking for my calf. It appears it has gone inside. You mean that your calf is in our khidak where the cows are Goshala? Yes, I think so. Then she became, okay, go and see. Then Subal Sakha went into the Goshala in order to look for his calf. But he had another plan. From there, somehow or other, he entered into Radharani's room and he said that Krishna is in very, very restless position and very keen and eager to see you. Otherwise, he will not be able to live. He will become unconscious. When Radharani heard the state of Krishna, she became also very disturbed. She said that I want to go and see him, but how can I go? There is very strict watch around this house. It's very difficult. Then Subal Sakha told his planning. They exchanged their dress. Subal Sakha made Radharani Subal Sakha. Just put a turban on her head to hide her hairs, and his dhoti and all kurta he gave to Radharani. Now he gave a very small calf, new-born calf to Radharani to cover her front portion. And then when Radharani went and she was passing through the door, now Radharani is going, but according to Jatila it is Subal who is going. Oh, you got your calf? And Radharani, she is expert in this art. She made a voice of Subal. Yes, I got it. And then he left from that place, went to Krishna directly. Radharani was looking like Subal in such an accurate manner. When she reached to Krishna, Krishna also could not find that here is Radharani. Oh Subal, you have come alone? You have not brought Radharani? What is news from Radharani? Subal Sakha said, oh, it's very difficult to bring Radharani. She is already in an angry mood, as well as Jatila is also there in a heavy guard for her. So I could not bring her. Krishna was just going to faint after hearing this news. The moment he was going to faint, she just put off that calf from her lap, and Krishna recognized who is she. So such pastime took place here. Gaur Premanande. We should go to our buses.
Who wants to say something?
Even in your family, you don't have to take them. I'm sorry.
Vrindavan
This is Sharan Pahari where we have come. It is quite close to Nandagram, Kokilvan, and Bethan from where we are coming.
Come to Cowherd here with so many sakhas and lakhs cows and friends.
So Krishna used to call his cows here he used to call his friends, and when he will play on his flute, on flute, when he play on his flute, and he plays such a patriotic and so much heart-touching melody with so much high and low notes. Why can't you hear me? Where is the speaker?
It needs to be lifted up.
उठाओ भाई, ऊपर उठाओ.
Put it on those perks over
No,
there.
I am telling something pathetic thing. How can it be louder? So when Krishna will play on flute, and such a pathetic melody he will play on his flute with high and low notes at that time. Everything in this world forgets its nature and adopts opposite nature. Stone melts, Yamuna stops flowing, and trees start shedding some juice. Deer, calf, they will come closer to Krishna to hear it. So what happens? Krishna's foot gets imprinted. Krishna's foot gets imprinted on that molten, melted stone. Not only that, Krishna, when a deer comes near to Krishna, that stone also melts, and footprints of deer and calf, they are also visible here. Don't think that they are false or fictitious, because in our scriptures like Skanda Purana and many others, it has been mentioned these scriptures are more than 5,000 years old. There is very clearly mentioning of these footprints. So these footprints are 5,000 years old when Krishna's pastime was taken place here. Maharaj is raising a question here. We see footprints of Krishna, we see footprints of calf, and also some of his friends, and also there are some footprints of deer. Why it's not so that there is no footprint of Radharani in whole Braj? We have seen everywhere footprints of Krishna, Baldev, friends, calf, deer, but nowhere we have seen the footprints of Radharani. Is it so that Krishna is playing on the flute and Gopis and Radharani is not coming? It is not possible. So Maharaj is giving a very good answer. He is himself raising a question and then he is himself giving the answer. So interesting. No sooner Radharani comes to Krishna, Krishna takes her feet on his head. So there is no possibility of Krishna's feet on ground when she is with Radha. There is no possibility of Radharani's feet on ground when she is with Krishna. So when Krishna plays over flute, then only his footprints are visible, not of Radharani. Krishna gives more mukut, peacock feather here. Why? Why? Because there is a name of Radhika in that peacock feather. So he keeps it always.
What is that?
Always.
So lovely.
Just so to translate the meaning of the Kirtan Kanai Prabhuji. Radha Kunda Tata Kunda. All any class, especially high class of bhakti. If anything is seen anywhere and it reminds Krishna,
That is why in this kirtan it has been told for anything remained in Krishna Radha. There is so much. So in kirtan you can
ডাক্তার ভাই চল আছে ডাক্তারবাবু
So, Srila Gurudev wanted me to describe translation of this kirtan written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, which is just sung by Sripad Kanai Prabhu. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is Rasik Vaishnav. In Bhakti Ras, there's one thing, it is called Udipana. It means stimulation. Those things in connection with Krishna, which arouse the transcendental sentiments within the heart of the Rasik Vaishnava, they're called Udipana. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is remembering all these things which stimulate transcendental love, the waves of transcendental love to rise within his heart. So he begins by saying, Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kutir Govardhana Parvata Jamuna Tira. A small cottage in a grove on the banks of Radha Kund. Giraj Govardhan, the banks of the Jamuna. The site of Kusham Sarovar and Manasa Ganga. And the daughter of Kalinga, that means Yamuna Devi, with her very sweet ways. Bansi Bhat, Gokul, Dhira Samir, Vrindavana Taru Latika Banir, and all of the trees and creepers of Vrindavan. Kaga Mrga Kula Malaya Batas, Mayura Brahmara Murali Vilas. The many different varieties of colorful birds, the deer, the cool and fragrant breezes from the Malaya mountains, the peacocks, the bumblebees, the pastimes with the flute. Venu Sringa Padachina Megamala Vasanta Shasanka Sanka Karakal. The flute, the buffalo horn bugle, the footprints of cows in the dust, the banks of blackish clouds, springtime, the moon, the conch shell and kartals. Yugala Vilase Anukula Jani, Lila Vilasa Udipakamani. I know that all of these elements are very conducive for the loving exchanges between Sri Sri Radha Krishna. And thus, I consider them as Udipaka, stimulus, for the enjoyment of their leelas. Aisa bachordata kahi nahi jao, aisa bachordata parana harao. I refuse to go anywhere, giving up all of these stimulants. To abandon all of these is to give up life itself. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Bhakti Vinoda kahe shino kan, tua udipaka hamara paran. O Kana, O Krishna, please hear me. Because all this Udipan stimulates remembrance of you and Srimati Radhika and of your extraordinarily sweet pastimes. They are all my very life and soul.
That is why I brought you all here to touch the effects of Krishna, to touch the high class of pastimes, places of pastimes of Krishna. Krishna, it may be that several times, not only one time, he will have come. So, if he will do no bhajan at all, what impression will come? Surely it comes. Because Nara had taken a boon from Krishna, that he is bound to give Krishna pain if anyone comes and touch these places, especially in the guidance of high class of Vaishnava. And with Kirtan, Hare Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced. If anyone comes to these places in anywhere in Braja. Krishna is bound to sprinkle his mercy to them. Because Krishna has not promised. If Krishna has promised, then it may be broken. But who has